The WhoThatDaily.com. That's right. The WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop. Everything on Saints, Pelican, LSU Tigers, even top flight boxing. So if you're a Who That, you looking for a place to stay up. Your team. WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport. Who That.
You're listening to the Pelicans post-game report on the PPR Media Network for all things Pelicans.
That was the case tonight. Played hard in many spurts, but just not able to sustain it for the 48 minutes.
Yeah, most definitely. Credit to the Suns. They did what they needed to do in the fourth quarter, 18-36. That's the game for us. But once again, we fought, and the guys are giving everything, and we're coming up a little short.
The way you played in the first quarter, a lot of the second quarter, is that the way you want to watch this team play the rest of the season?
Most definitely. We took care of the basketball offensively. First we got stops. We rebounded. We went out. We just ran, and we played together, shared the basketball. And then towards the end of the game, we got a little stagnant. And a lot of it was just, we playing against a really good team.
You had that 14-3 run in the third quarter. What was working then? And then what happened after that? Was it working?
Say that again?
You had that 14-3 run in the third quarter. What was working in for you guys? And then what happened after that?
We were just getting stops. Rebounding and trying to use our speed to get easy baskets. I thought in the fourth quarter, they made more shots. We made some mistakes down the stretch. And now we're playing against their half-court defense, which is tough for us to do consistently throughout the course of the game.
You got some Zoom questions?
Hey, Willie, Christian Clark here. I imagine, what Chris was able to do in the fourth quarter, that's something, you've seen a lot over the years. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I've seen him, dissect teams with his ability to pass the ball. I thought our guys, for the most part, did a good job on him. We let him loose down the stretch. But he's a great player, and we just have to continue to stay with it and get better.
And I wanted to ask you too: is there any sort of update on Herb at this point?
Herb, he had a head injury and was experiencing concussion-like symptoms, so he'll be reevaluated over the next 24 hours, and we'll see where he is.
Yeah, so you talked about the importance during training camp of being able to switch up your coverages on defense, and tonight was probably a good example of why. What did you kind of see on that end from your team, the way they handled that, and where things kind of went wrong there in the first quarter?
Yeah, from the start, we were really good mixing up our coverages. We kind of threw off their timing, their rhythm. The fourth quarter, what happened was we were a little late in our rotation. So you saw McGee get the ball, have a couple and ones. You saw Kaminsky get it, and then they started, moving the corner guys. They were cutting behind our defense. So just some things we got to go back on and look at the tape and try to clean up.
Coach, I was wondering what you thought of the impact that Garrett Temple made tonight after, coming back from injury.
I thought he was huge for us. He made plays for us, made big shots. It's what Garrett is here or is what he's done most of his career, and we're going to need that type of play from him. He's our veteran in the locker room. He's our voice, and he's a huge part of helping to build this program.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report. Pelicans, man, belly flop on this one. They were up, man, big lead, and it squandered a 20-point lead to lose to the Suns, 112-120 in this episode of the Pelican post-game report as the Pels fall to a lowly 1-7, which is the worst record in pro basketball. So there is no way but to go but up.
And unless if you're trying to go up and fly up, unless you fly too close to the damn sun, you might get burned. So gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, well, they played the Suns tonight and got burnt on the back end of this one, DC. So I mean, it is what it is. But like Cousin Guillory tweeted earlier, about this with Willie was basically saying,
"This what we doing now?"
That her shows. That he's experiencing some concussion-like symptoms.
We quoting your tweets now. This is what we're doing now.
This is not me. I am not Cousin Guillory. Cut that out, DC. All right. So with that being said, welcome to the Pelican post-game report. Much love to the fam. Thank y'all for being in here as well.
Damn, Sky. Damn. But I get it though.
Oh man, all we want is a win. That's all we want, man. Let's win some basketball. You can't tell me it's this hard to win.
We do for one. I mean, damn.
We up by 20, and the name of the show is Pelican squander a 20-point lead and lose to the Suns 112-100. So yeah, it's a bit upsetting, DC, to say the least. But man, I just Herb Straight Jacket Jones goes down with a concussion.
And the lead went right with him, Q.
Yep, straight on with him because we could not maintain. Sheesh, man,
keep that defensive pressure that we was putting on him, bro.
Yeah, it was.
He had Book locked up, bro. And when they put him on Mikal Bridges, he was doing a pretty good job on him too.
Yep, he was, man. If we can clone him and have another one of him and have two of them on the same team,
though,
boy, we would be all right. I tell you what. But DC, let's get into the quick breakdown here on the team statistics. Family, please hit the like button despite the fact that we lost the game. We still up in this thing, fam, and we're gonna make sure regardless or not, fam, we're gonna remember these days because when they start winning, hopefully
they're gonna be winning. They're gonna be winning this year.
They're gonna be winning. 1-7 is really rough. And we had this team by 20, couldn't hold, but it is what it is for right now. Let's look at the team statistics here. 43 out of 82 for the Suns. The Pelicans were 36 out of 91. They had almost 9 more field goal
attempts. Don't you see a trend now, Q? We always get more attempts than everybody.
More attempts, and it doesn't equate to nothing. And of course, that was you shot 39.6 from the field, while the Suns shot over 50%, 52.4 to be precise. Pelicans did hit 13 of 39 from downtown for 33.3%. Suns were 9 of 26 for 34.6, which the Pelicans had. Look at that, DC. What is that? What is that? A whole 13 more attempts from.
I thought you was laughing at the 33 in the third, like they some lawyers or something.
No, I'm saying that the attempts, the Pelicans had way more attempts than Suns had from downtown. Right. 39 versus their 26, and of course from the charity stripe, which is a rough game. 15 of 16 from the free throw line for 94%.
There go your silver lining, Q.
17 of 18 for 94.4.
When the last time we shot for 94%? It was maybe the last 2 games, huh?
Yeah, too bad.
Pelicans history, we hovered around 75%.
We're doing better. It's just not helping us win much, but because we're collapsing on other aspects of basketball. But 43-42 advantage Pelicans in the matchup in terms of the rebounds, barely. The Suns did circulate the ball a lot more because Chris Paul had a great game assisting. He had in the matchup, inflated their assists. They had 32 versus the Pelicans 21. Steals. Pelicans did get 17 steals in the matchup, turned it into turn it into some pointers. There's
30
17 steals
points,
versus
brother.
9, right? And block 64 Pelicans, 18 turnovers by the Pelicans, converted to 16 points, 19 by the Suns, and that points off turnovers is 30. Fast break points, 19-11 advantage Pelicans. Points in the paint, 50-42 advantage Suns in the matchup. And like I said, the Pelicans were up by as much as 20 in the game and fell on their face late. Whether it was straight jacket Jones defense evaporated, Pelicans poor shot management, poor defensive rotations, you name it. They just turned from a very smart team to a very not so smart team in the second half, and give up the lead. And of course, the Suns took it. And of course, along with the lead, they got the win. So let's look at that the team statistics before we jump individual.
Well, we're gonna go to the individual real quick. I only got 2 team statistics we need to go over, Q. And that would be 17 steals, right?
Yep.
And 18 turnovers. I'm like, okay. 18 ain't that bad. You got 17 steals. How the hell you lose this game? You had 17 steals. Then you look at 18 turnovers. And I'm sorry, I got one more stat for you. You got 9 steals and 4 blocks by the Suns. So what that tell you? You had a bunch of your turnovers that are basically almost unforced, right? You got about 8 unforced errors out there, man. So if you take that off the board, you're looking at a totally different game. But we watched this game.
Only that was that easy.
Yeah, but we just looking at the stats. To me, the numbers tell a story. Looking at it, obviously, but Herb Jones, man, when he got hurt and went down, so did I. So did the score, and everything just was like all the energy. For the most part, you could start seeing it get sucked out of him, bro. And that was really the determining factor in the game. So you can look at those statistics I stated, but to me, Herb Jones was the ultimate X factor. And once he went down, it's almost like they just couldn't keep it together, bro.
Yeah, and he was a spark plug very much so for this entire night. They were switching him on players and really neutralizing guys like Devin Booker was doing. He was basically on shutdown. He was not doing anything in the matchup and moving around on Bridges, slowed him down a bit. Whoever he went, he just destroyed their offense severely and just totally tore up what they were trying to do offensively speaking, made him work hard. He was in their face with his hands. Any shot you make was going to be a difficult shot for him to do it. And he was just a excellent defender in the whole deal. And to see him go down was kind of
stepping it up on offense too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he still had more minutes on the table. We don't know what he would have had. He might have had a career high again offensively tonight. He was playing that good.
Yeah, he was. Let's look at some of the individual statistics for the Pelicans. 23 points for Valanciunas in 36 minutes, 9 of 16 from the field. He was 3 of 4 from downtown. Very good. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He finished with 23 points and 14 rebounds for Valanciunas in the matchup and a couple of blocks. Then, of course, the second scorer in the matchup was Josh Hart. He played pretty decently today for the Pelicans. 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists for Josh Hart. 30 minutes, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. He had both his charity shots. Outside of that, NAW struggled mightily tonight again. 10 points in 30 minutes. He was 4 of 14 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown. 10 points, a couple of assists, a couple of rebounds to go with his stuff. Graham had 12 points in 34 minutes. He struggled today, 4 of 15, 2 of 10 from downtown. Wasn't really good for him today. -7 in the plus-minus, man. -16 from NAW, by the way, in the plus-minus. He finished with 12 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. He also had 4 steals in the matchup. But Graham only 12 in the game. Not much popping there. Of course, we're going to talk about straight jacket. His performance in 19 minutes, 4 of 5 from the field, 8 points, 2 rebounds. But really, his defense was loud and present, slowing down some of their best scorers and playmakers before he ultimately caught that elbow and got hurt. Then, of course, off the bench, Garrett Temple did really well in coming in 8 points in 23 minutes. He was 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown. He finished with 4 steals, a couple of assists, a couple of blocks for Garrett Temple to lead the bench unit. And then you've seen 8 from Trey Murphy. In 25 minutes, he was 3-11, 2 of 6 from downtown DC, finished with 8 points, 5 rebounds for Trey Murphy, and then 5 from Najee Marshall in 18 minutes on 3 or 4 shooting from the free throw line. And of course, you look, he doing his thing, not really all that. Of course, Jackson Hayes struggled in this one. 6 points. He was 1 of 6 from the field. He did hit all his free throws, but he finished with 6 points, 5 rebounds. But KLJ, 14 minutes, 2 of 8, 0 for 3 from downtown. KLJ still not taking advantage of his speed, using the speed on bigger, slower defenders, still hesitant, still, doesn't know when to, kick his talents in effect. I mean, it's just knowing that you're the fastest player on the floor, but don't take advantage of it. Just like pass, give somebody else the ball and go stand in the corner somewhere. I mean,
Man,
that's just
he's so not self-aware, Q.
Totally, bro. You
He
got
don't
all
know-
that
he don't know
speed,
what he
don't know what
is.
to do with it. Don't have
Don't
all
know
that
who he
speed.
is.
He the guard. Take the ball, go pass it to Josh Hart, and go stand in the corner. You the fastest person on the floor.
Man, I
But-
seen Jonas
they're
Valanciunas
not
like he would
fixed.
come around and with the little handoff. Jonas Valanciunas, man, I ain't getting it to you. You
Yeah,
ain't gonna do
Scott-
nothing but
Sky,
you ain't
you're
gonna do
right.
nothing but pass it back to me.
And we was about to get into that, DC. We're gonna cover this, but of course, Sky made mention of the fact that Jackson Hayes was lost tonight. Yeah, he definitely was
Yeah.
lost tonight. And the bigs off the bench. Kaminsky had 17. McGee had
Look
18.
how pretty they stat line look. Boy.
I mean, they look like these
Look
guys.
pristine, huh?
These guys had the best performance, had to be of the season. Jackson Hayes running around out there late on the rotations. He wasn't the only one, but totally not what Big V is. And I don't expect him to be as much as that. But my goodness, when he is just so drastically, I don't know. So it's like he doesn't know where to be. His cycle's late, switches wrong. I mean, it's just a bunch of bullshit.
You
With
said cycles late. What he pregnant, Q?
he pregnant with the wrong thing, with the alien popping out his goddamn head or something, because he ain't listen, bro. Circling, you know what I mean? Cycling around, is rotating around, he's rotating the players late, not being in the positions where he's supposed to be. Totally, it's just head turning. I mean, it's just like I don't know what to say, but
Well,
he ain't the only one.
For me, what he pissed me off with is he pissed me off with that too. Everything you just stated. But on the offensive end, Q, I see him get the ball so many times. And it's like, oh, this is 7 foot against 6'6" or 6'7". Like, Jackson Hayes about to dunk on him or make a power move and get these points. And he go with the same little basic move. It's almost like he tried to shoot two-handed right in front of the goal, man. I mean, you ain't got no hook package. You can't power dribble and then dunk. Like you can't.
No.
You ain't got nothing in your back. You just got that, and you gonna go up there, try to force it up, and be looking for the refs.
No, I'm
every time.
No, I'm gonna throw it to you.
Every time.
I'm gonna throw it.
Totally not in no type of control, Q.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it to you. You alley it up, and I'm gonna go get it.
That's all you can do.
That's what you want me to do. I can hit free throws. I was 4 for 4 tonight.
That's good.
But
I mean, let me
throw it up and I go get it.
If I give you the ball and you 7 feet tall, you should be able to score in front of the goal.
Who you think I am, Shaquille O'Neal?
He be trying to run and hurry up and score like he think he's 6'1" or something. Q.
I don't know.
If I'm what 5'10". If I'm out there with them dudes that tall, man, I gotta get up there, hurry up. Man, you 7'1", bro. Should be able to score right in front of the goal, dog. I'm talking crazy. What I say crazy? Because that make a lot of goddamn sense to me, Colton. You gotta come in here with this shit every day. You gotta throw me one, dog.
I appreciate the hell out of Carlton, though, man. Carlton is a funny dude, man. I appreciate Carlton.
We need to get him on
much love to you,
Friday, bro.
Much love to you, brother Carlton.
Get him
bro.
on. Need to get him on that one time.
Carlton,
man.
a funny dude, man. I appreciate the hell out of him, man. But much love, bro, to the rest of the families, and I appreciate everybody in here, man. I thank y'all for being here.
Damn Twitter fingers.
Listen, fam. Let me tell you something. Listen, fam. Listen, if anything, man, we got to understand. Listen, this is not exactly what we want to see our team at 1-7 right now. Still a lot of games. I know I'm saying this. It's a lot of games left, but listen, fam, we watching all of this happen, and we are very much frustrated too, because it's not like you didn't have a chance to win a contest. We were up and beating this Suns team by 20. They were sloppy, turning the ball over. We had them. Then we started doing whatever we was doing in the second half to reverse our fortunes from the first half, because we had enough of a lead to be able to hold on to this game with Straight Jacket Jones getting knocked out. We had enough to maintain this lead. taking these poor IQ shots when you know the shots ain't falling for you. It's just very strange and low IQ basketball, man. I can't say nothing about it. Young Bloods, what's up, fam? Say Big QDC, what do you think? Griffin lied to us about the extent of Zion's injury before the start of the season. Absolutely, he lied.
Hell
We covered
yeah.
that early on.
He
lied
lied.
about it.
I don't
But
know.
what
I mean, was
listen,
Zion lying, or maybe Zion really did believe that? I
listen,
don't know.
DC, I would have to say about Griffin because he has a history of lying. We busted him. Yes, all he does. We busted him in several lies. And
that boy said he didn't say Zion was gonna come back for the start of the season.
Told cousin, cousin
lie?
Guillory aimed at him with that, and then he came back in a tweet and showed that information with Griffin. See, he tried to make him look like he misquoted him, which is an insult to a professional writer who gets comeuppance or props for how accurate he is. And Guillory is a hell of a writer. He's a good writer. And he does a good job in covering the Pelicans. He's one of the best beat writers we have covering the Pelicans, and he's very accurate. He quoted that man correctly, and for him to say that he didn't say that made Will Guillory look like a liar. So what he did was he came back with the tweet and with the information and showed with him what he said, and we played that on the show, calling him out a lie. And listen, now it's fashionable for the rest of the media types to call
everybody
call him out Griffin now. You see how this goes? The Pelicans.
That was 2 years ago. We was kicking that when he first got here.
That's how it's always been. When we start on them and nobody's saying nothing, they don't step out there. But after you tear down the fence and start ripping and running, everybody coming behind you. That's how we always been doing this here stuff. We've been calling that dude out. We've been calling him out from the very jump, calling him a lie, and he's been suspect movements. But this more of the same. Yeah, and I agree with you though, Young Bloods. That's exactly the case. The case is that he's been lying about him, and now you get the report that comes out, DC, as we are pretty much done talking about that game and what's going on, man. You might want making a few.
I'm not going over the stats, but everything I got to say is just negative, so we can just keep talking about this. Can't handle too much negativity all at once, thank you.
Sure, you can. Oh, DC, stop being. Of course you can. Hell yeah, you can. All right.
I can't do no goddamn damage control on this shit.
Well, Williamson's injury update, Pelican start progressing in the recovery from foot surgery out at least 2 to 3 weeks. Williamson set to get more scans on the foot in 2 to 3 weeks to determine the next steps. Oh,
that's cool.
Okay,
bro.
So he progressing well. So in 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to go back and see if he can progress and get a real timeline. So yes, this was
he's doing 5-on-0 now. Q was doing 1-on-0 before.
Yeah, that's true. 1 on none, as he calls them. Now it's none on none. It's 1 on none.
No, it's 5 on none. Yeah.
Who told you that?
That's what they said. That's what they called it today. That's what Willie said. That man in charge of the practice, that's what he said. He's doing 5-on-0 now. So they can have.
You want to talk about?
They could run offensive sets with no defensive people out there, man.
Yeah, this is
no 5-on-5, 5-on-0.
And see, the thing is,
he cutting now. He cutting. Hopefully, he cutting some carbs in the kitchen too. But he cutting now.
Some hamburgers, chips, and every damn thing else.
To that, man.
You already know. Shit, I know what he like to eat.
He needs some of them carbless chips you be talking about.
Pelicans head coach Willie Green delivered an update on start because it damn sure wasn't going to be Doc Ock. He said he gave it to Willie. Let him handle that smoke. Willie, he says, while Williamson is progressing well in his recovery from off-season foot surgery, will be out for at least 2 to 3 more weeks. At that point, he's set to undergo further imaging to determine the next steps in his recovery. And speaking to reporters, Green said that Williamson has started to do on-court work and has been cleared to do explosive movements. However, he's still not back to playing 5-on-5, and the team is going to make the cautious route with their franchise cornerstone. The media day back in September, Pelicans Vice President David Griffin made a surprise announcement that Williamson had suffered a fractured foot in the offseason, which required surgery. At the time, Griffin said the team was optimistic Williamson would be ready for the start of the season. See, they're getting it right. His timeline should get him on the court in time for the regular season. Griffin said that would be our hope and our view. We're very optimistic about what they see. They got him quote for quote here. This is his quote. That our hope and our view, we're very optimistic.
Can't get more slippery than that, boy.
He says, that will be our hope and our view. We're very optimistic about what that looks like. Unfortunately, I know that's going to be taken as a very big negative for all of you. It's really not for us, and that's a lie, because we were dealing with it all off season, which is another lie. We felt very confident about where things are. Now, Williamson was obviously not ready for the start of the season, and there's no telling when he'll be back on the court. It's going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks until he
Nice
gets new
Christmas present
scans.
for us, bro.
And given the Pelicans' correct inclination to play it safe, it's likely we won't see him play for much longer than that. That's bad news for the Pelicans, who made a number of offseason changes, and we're hoping to get back in playoff contention. They haven't made it to the postseason since back in 2018, and based on the few weeks without Williamson, it appears that the drought is going to continue. At 1-6, now 1-7, they're tied with the Indiana Pacers and the Magic for the worst record in the league, and are about to embark on a difficult 4-game road trip that includes games against Phoenix, which they lost tonight, and Golden State, which will be down the line. We got Sacramento coming up next. So, DC, go ahead, man. You can feel free to comment on this article about Dr. Octopus Griffin.
Well, I mean, we already knew he a liar, so nobody ain't surprised by that. When Zion said it, that's what had me like, okay, well, maybe he will, start the beginning of the season. It's obvious to me that they had a setback. His foot is not healing as fast as they originally thought. That's really what I think is going on. For once in his life, he might have didn't tell a lie when he thought he would be back for the season. You know what I mean? Because maybe Zion Williamson, he got hurt and the whole thing with his family. You think the Pelicans really knew about it? They had some articles saying that like maybe we didn't know he got hurt when he originally got hurt. So that would explain a lot of the BS. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish your thought, bro.
I was just saying. So if that's the case, then maybe David Griffin was telling the truth when he said the start of the season, because he thought that would happen and whoop-de-whoop. And it didn't. And then but I mean, he still got to tell you a lie. Zion said he was gonna start the season too, though. Q. That's the only thing where I'm thinking maybe they really did believe that at some point. Now, at what point that changed and they just continued to lie to us like we stupid? Who knows? But that's what they do, man.
I think they were spinning it because
the whole time.
Well, no. Listen, if I'm saying if the team knew about it, I'm saying they probably might have known about it right around the time he said he didn't. They let him know, and they've been knowing about it. If that's the case, they held that secret in. Now, I knew for a fact you got insiders in that building who would have made a small fortune leaking that information to the press about Zion Williamson. The fact that it didn't come out until the press conference when they released it lets me know that that's probably something that they found out relatively right around that time frame. It wasn't nothing a long time frame, because I don't think they, in this current TMZ, ESPN inside information, that they would have been able to keep that secret from us. That's number one. Number two is that they didn't want to start the season off by telling you that Zion was going to be out for the next 2 months. They didn't want to start the season off telling you that. They wanted to paint up an optimism to start the season and not start it on a low note saying, okay, well, it's bad enough you just found out about him being hurt with a fractured foot, but he's rehabbing. And then also that you didn't see him walking around with nothing like crutches or anything like that, which gave you the impression that he was already moving along. So it was all played up to a degree where it didn't take away from the optimism of the team moving ahead. And I think that's what they were trying to do, because it would have been a lot to the Pelican Nation for us to learn that he was hurt with a fractured foot, and they kept the information all the way up until the media day.
Mm-hmm.
B, to tell you that he'll be out for 2 months would definitely destroy the vibe of media day and have everybody questioning them on how is this even possible? And of course, 3, he's a spinster. He's good at, well, he's not very good. Maybe when he was in Cleveland and other areas, but we good at seeing crap and garbage down here.
Man, this is New Orleans. We want it straight. We respect it more straight.
Tell us the truth. Tell us during that time, and of course
we'll be mad originally, but we come on board after. We'll get over it quick, and we be back supporting.
So that's what I said.
Don't keep it's like having a cut, and they just keep peeling the scab off on you, bro. Every time you think that sucker about to heal, they just peel the damn scab off again, bro. It's ridiculous. But Another aspect, man, because you put that together very nicely. I want to hear your take on this. What if I add a caveat, as you would say, to it? What if Zion
giblet?
Williamson a chiplet? No, I don't want no damn chiplets. What if Zion? No, I don't want no tidbits either. So you can leave that shit too.
How about a plantain?
No.
Okay.
So what if Zion foot was healed, Q, and he was out of shape from all of this, and they telling us all this shit about his foot, just to give him time to actually get back in playing shape. Because with your foot being hurt, I understand people say he should be more mindful of his health, and yes, he should. But with your foot being hurt and somebody who already has issues with their weight, and regardless of what we think, a lot of his weight, sometimes I do believe is muscle. Stan Van Gundy said tonight the boy was under 10% body fat last year. And I know a lot of people like, man, that's BS, that's BS. But they got some documentaries where you could go watch on Zion when he was at Duke and a few other times in the Pelicans weight rooms. And I think we underestimate how much muscle that boy have in his legs. We look at his legs and that's not all fat. A lot of that is muscle. But my whole point in saying all that, Q, what if his foot is kind of, the foot was ready, but his weight wasn't. And they doing all of this to maybe get him down 20 pounds.
Well, that's interesting, DC, to be honest with you. But
this is a theory. I could be wrong.
I mean, that's interesting. I see that fascinating that they would consider saying that kind of stuff. But the weight's been an issue for a while since he's been here, the weight. And they're saying that if he plays lighter, it'll be less straight on his lower extremities, which I can understand that. As a big guy like Zion is 6'7", 200.
Ain't no excuse for this shit, though. It's been 3 years. You should have been
able to. Well, it's obvious to me, DC, that he did not train with Karl Malone. That's obvious the case.
Maybe he started training with Karl Malone. That's why he got hurt. Karl Malone had him out there picking up trees and shit.
Nah, Karl Malone, you'd have told it would have been a noticeable difference here.
No, I said he was training. He was
Zion
training
with Oliver Miller. That's messed up.
I said, what if he was training with Karl Malone, Q? He went out there with Karl Malone and started doing that and got hurt.
No.
How you know?
I mean,
it ain't like he gonna tell you.
I would doubt that. I wouldn't doubt he'll go out there and I don't think that's what happened.
Why not?
Didn't he tell you what happened?
He said he went to immediately training after the season was over and he was really getting after it and he hurt himself. That's basically all he said.
Bro, one thing I can say is right now.
Well, I know he wasn't training with Shaq and Charles Barkley. They talking about he looked like when Charles said Zion looked like him and Shaq had a baby. Say, oh my God, that is so messed up, dog.
That's awful.
And then Charles Barkley went on to tell his Moses Malone story for the 32nd time in reference to Zion. About somebody need to tell him he fat. He said Moses Malone told him that and he almost cried. Well, he said he did cry because he couldn't do nothing else. Couldn't beat him up. He said somebody need to do that to Zion.
Nah, it's a different day, man. You just get the man a trainer and tell him, and
come on, come on, don't say that. We done got him a trainer. You can't tell me we a multi-million dollar operation, bro. We ain't get him a trainer.
I don't know what's going on, bro.
I don't think he want to listen to our trainers. He don't trust them. So,
I mean, he have enough money to have his own people. So, I mean, regardless of not you're a professional athlete, you got to show up and handle your business. And the team is counting on you. So we'll be without him for their time frames. They were saying for 2 to 3 weeks, DC.
So that mean about 6 to 8, based on what they tell us.
Yeah, you're not gonna see him for a while because the truth is that's why they're mad. Now all of the people coming out from the publications and now they criticizing Griffin because
they keep lying.
Well, I mean, the thing is now they're coming out and criticizing them after the fact that now it's cool to criticize him because everybody know he's responsible because we squared him up.
Well, this something too. You remember what Griffin said in the open day presser queue? He said this is something about after he talked about the injury that this is upsetting and very some other shit he said. Then he talked about it. He said it basically might cost him his job. He actually said that.
I mean,
during the presser.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is. It's true. We knew it. We said that at the jump. This is on.
I'm just saying that's another red flag that his ass was lying in.
I mean, he breathes, he lies. That's the bottom line. DC breathes, he lies. All right, let's jump
He
into
knew this might be the last lie for him, bro. He didn't told his last fairy tale, bro.
Yeah, that's like
nobody ain't gonna want to hear what he got to say.
That's like he got a new rap album coming out called Doc Ock, the last of a lion breed, because that's what the hell he is. He is the last of a lion breed. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go into the next matchup here coming up tomorrow at 9 p.m. Another late matchup for you, DC. Sacramento Pelicans on the West Coast taking on the Kings. 3-4 Kings. It just seems like not too long ago the Kings just smacked the Pelicans down because they did. 113 to 109 in the matchup here in the Smoothie King Center. We're heading out to Sacktown this time around to see if we can get a win and break the losing streak that we're currently under. I don't know if BI will be available to play, more than likely. I don't know. I didn't see anything saying that he'll be able to play next game, DC. So I'm thinking he's going to be out of this one as well, as he's the top scorer with 25 points, 46.6 on the field goals. Valanciunas almost 17 rebounds per contest. Graham is 5.1 in the assists as the leader. Harrison Barnes, we talked about this before. He's averaging 23.3 is the current leader for the Sacramento Kings.
Still ain't cool though.
Holmes is Rashad Holmes is 10.5 per game, and De'Aaron Fox is the top assist man with 6.3. And of course, you see Zion Williamson, Holmes, and Ingram are listed as out.
And Herb Jones, you might as well add him now.
And Herb Jones is definitely going to be out for that game tomorrow. So without those impactful players going against the Kings, who lost tonight to the Jets. Now the Kings, I don't know. The Kings are currently on a 2-game slide themselves. They lost to the Dallas Mavericks, and tonight they lost to the Utah Jazz.
So they're
on a 2-game slide too. So it's up to the Pelicans to be able to take it from the Sacramento Kings tomorrow at 9 p.m. No time to sit down there and be having a pity party. It's time to just keep them rolling. Coach Willie's going to have to dig into the bench, maybe some Satoransky action and moving KLJ out the way. Perhaps
Satoransky, we need some Billy Herman Gomez.
They're about to put him in there, put Billy in there. But Billy Herman Gomez definitely needs to get a look. Maybe I ain't going to see Alvarado because I don't think that's going to happen. He's not desperate enough for that. But definitely Billy Herman Gomez.
What about Didi, man? Finally get to see Didi.
I don't think Didi.
We need a Herb Jones type. We need a defensive player now. With Herb about the
I do think Satoransky probably going to get a little bit more action in this one. Hopefully, I would like to see Billy Herman Gomez plays, man, because at least he gives you something, man. I mean, when he plays, you give like 7, 8 points, and he'll give you 5 or 6 or 7 rebounds to go with it. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder what he's looking like in practice, Q, for him not to get no minutes. He got to be really messing up defense.
I don't know if it's that.
Because we know he got an offensive bag, bro.
It could just be the fact that Coach Willie is seeing what he have in other people before he goes to him. I mean, because there's no reason. Well, you know what Alvarado brings. He brings passion and energy when he plays, but yet he's not even going to snip that flow. So I mean, him and Didi Lozada, unless injuries occur that forced him in the game. But perhaps Billy Hernan Gomez gets an opportunity against the Sacramento Kings. Jackson Hayes looked really lost out there today. He looked really bad out there in his rotations, 9 rotations. He was taking poor shots, trying to do layups as opposed to dunks. I mean, he just looked totally lost out there. His eyes was bucking. You know, his palm tree was swaying.
You see the man eyes was bucking, cute.
His eyes was bucking. His palm tree was swaying left and right like it was being beat around by a hurricane's wind. So I mean, Paul Jackson was all kind of ways lost, bro. He was a castaway on the island somewhere. Somebody need to find him. But hopefully, Billy, we'll see something. We'll see what Willie. He got to do something. You got to mix and do something, man. We missing Herb. BI might not be in there. I'm thinking BI is going to be out. We know Zion's going to be out for the next couple of months. He got to do something, bro. He got to switch up his lineup and do something ASAP. So let's get into it.
Rich Raw, I don't think Lonzo would have helped. I think we would be in the same situation even if we had Lonzo. I don't think that changes anything, to be honest with you. But this whole situation, Q, is this messed up. So we going in no Herb Jones, no BI, no Zion, right?
Damn.
And we gotta stop them.
I just said that, and it sounds worse with you saying it.
I know they fully loaded, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro.
So man, you know, I'm always looking for the silver lining and trying to be optimist, bro. I don't
Yeah.
think we win this game, bro. Herb Jones is just the last straw for
Put
me,
it
bro.
down.
Like, it ain't none. There ain't no damage control. They ain't got no insurance. They ain't got no insurance on this shit, baby.
Thought I talked low enough for you to hear that.
Nah, I hear you. But you're bad. But I don't see how we can challenge this team to be able to pull out a win. Maybe we go in there and fight hard, we give a good effort, but it's how they going to do that for the complete 48 minutes, man. I don't see it, man. They too deep. They don't have nobody hurt. You know what I'm saying? Their second team is really good. You know, you got a guy like Buddy Hill who hit 28 on our head coming off the bench.
Wasn't
you know
it
what I mean?
30?
So, it was 30. I thought it was 28.
I
We
might
can
be
round. We
mistaken.
can go
I know
ahead
it
and
was
round up
somewhere
to
up there.
30. Tomato. Shit, it don't matter.
Yeah, it was
But
bad.
Davion Mitchell, who's their rookie, who actually looks pretty good, and you know, Kyra ain't playing with a lot of confidence, so him matched up against him, I don't think that'd be a good matchup. What matchup are we winning other than the Holmes matchup with Valanciunas? Devontae Graham is not going to outscore De'Aaron Fox unless he plays out of his mind. He's a little streaky to me. I mean, but you could count on him for maybe 15 points, 16 maybe. So Tyrese Halliburton is obviously going to pay better than NAW. He's gone somewhere long gone in his brain because it's mental with him at this point, Q. I don't know what's going on with NAW. I don't even know who playing small forward. I guess it's going to be Josh Hart. Josh Hart, it's not a good matchup for Harrison Barnes, in my opinion. I don't think he really shuts that down. Who we putting that power forward? We put Garrett Temple out there against who's the other guy? So I don't even know, but it don't even matter. So Maurice, Garrett Temple maybe could win that matchup. Hawkless ain't do nothing last time. But where are we gonna get the points from? How are we gonna stop De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes and Buddy Hill? You know what I mean? I don't see us getting this one, Q. So, I mean, we'll get to see what our young guys could do. Maybe somebody come out and surprise us. I think Trey Murphy is a guy that will eventually get it going and maybe, you know, shock us at some point. Maybe he gets the start. Maybe this clicks the light on for him. Hopefully we see something like that. Because before Herb Jones came in, like, you know, we was wondering who was going to do it for Zion. Josh Hart was out there. He got hurt. And was like, oh, man, here we go again. Herb Jones came in and gave us quality minutes. So maybe, just maybe, bro, we can get some type of spark and guys see that there's an opportunity for them to have a real good impact and a high role on this team if you could show up at this time with the big guns down, you know what I mean? So hopefully we see that. But we got young guys, and I don't know if they understand the importance of this moment because to me, Kyra, Jax, and NAW, certainly I don't think they get it. Like, you don't get a lot of chances at these type of moments, man, and you got to really seize them.
Yeah, Lenny, thank you, bro, for your cash, for your super chat.
Appreciate you, Lenny.
This season already depressing. Thank y'all. Appreciate you,
right
Lenny. Much
that.
love. Thank you, brother.
But it ain't over, Lenny. I noticed you didn't say it was over.
It ain't over with.
It's depressing.
It is pretty sad, man. But you know, we try to keep it as entertaining, man, because that's just our nature, man. We lighthearted like that at times, but passionate all the same times. You know, we feel all of that, man. We just like you guys. Yeah, it's tough. But you know, what you said, DC, was spot on. The guys that we picked up if you think back to the Zion Williamson draft, and I'm just talking about the first round draft picks and the guy after the Zion draft, Zion Williamson is out, no impact there. KLJ, NAW, who was picked we had 3 first round picks that year, was Zion, who's out, Jackson Hayes, who's totally inconsistent. NAW was also a part of that 3 mixed first round pick. He had 10 points today. He's hot and cold, struggled pretty good this game.
He's struggling for like the last 5 games. He
in a serious struggle slump right now. And of course, you go to the following year, then you have KLJ, who has absolutely. We talked about Lonzo Ball being passive aggressive. This dude is passive. This dude. No, he goes from passive to even more passive. His modes, DC, is passive and super passive. So I mean, he has no attack dog in him whatsoever. You the fastest dude on the court, and you standing up in front of a man, you won't even take him off the dribble.
You know what
You
it
know,
is,
it's
Q?
just
What I noticed with him,
he
he
switches
started
into
out.
super passive mode.
Yeah, he started out aggressive, right? Somewhat aggressive or passive, as you would say, just regular passive. And
That's his regular mode.
He got some stuff going, bro. And you know, he was making some good plays out there, deflections, got some layups and stuff, right?
Right.
He missed like 2 shots, and that was all it took. He missed like 2 shots, but they were good.
In the corner.
They were good shots. They were shots he was supposed to take.
For him to go stand in the corner and say, pass the ball to your center.
He actually hit the rim. You know, there were shots he was supposed to take. Weren't bad shots. And then after that, it's just like, oh, okay, I missed 2 shots. I shouldn't shoot no more.
I punished myself.
Start playing hot potato with the ball and shit after that again.
He go pass the ball.
They play hot potato in his neighborhood every damn day, bro. They had to.
I don't want to take this shot. You better get fussed at. No. But don't take no, you don't dare take anybody off the dribble. Do you understand me? You make sure you pass that ball and you stand in there so nobody can take no risk, no reward at all. That's his nickname. His new nickname is no risk, no reward, because he damn sure ain't risking the damn thing. He passed that ball, sit there, and you're too fast and too talented not to take them people off the dribble and do what you need to do. KLJ, come on, step your ass up. And you look at you go to the depth chart right here, fam. Graham, NAW, and of course they got Herb listed with BI at the 4, and then Big V, of course. Brandon Ingram, I don't think he'll be there tomorrow with the Kings. Herb Jones will be out as well, and of course we know about Zion. So if you look at the depth chart, Najee Marshall could be the next. It's probably more than certainly going to be the next man up filling in for at the 4.
I think it's going to be Trey or Temple, man. Najee Marshall.
Well, I mean,
he did a lot of.
So what you gonna do with your stuff off the bench? You take NAW off the bench. With your bench suffers. There's no score. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Trey Murphy III. When you take him off the bench,
you're gonna have to hope Najee can step up there, because I think that's what it's gonna be.
No, that's not.
They already got Josh Hart already going to be out there.
Satoransky. If that's the case, Satoransky is going to get minutes tomorrow.
Oh, he definitely going to get minutes tomorrow.
So there's no doubt. He got to, because KLJ, and I know Willie going to play KLJ. Perhaps the Doc Ock is that was his pick, and maybe he's trying to say, could you kind of squeeze his minutes in there? And then Willie's saying KLJ is not. He's super passive, and he's passive in Omega League passive. We can't do anything with him. He's the fastest.
He sometimes he shows these spots, bro, where it's like, okay, all right, Cal. Like if you play like that, I don't understand the whole like him holding back and all. What is he conserving all his energy for? Q, you ain't about to play for 15 minutes.
He's saving it for the yellowest paint that we can find to dip his ass in. That's what he's saving it for.
Man, when Kyle come out the game, I want you breathing hard as fast as you is, man.
He is. He breathing hard. He's scared. He breathing hard, D. See? Shit, he panting.
He said a man panting. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
It is what it is, though, DC. It's funny. But, man, listen, let's look at the depth chart.
It's funny, but it's messed up, man, because we have some talented guys, bro.
What good is the talent if the man's standing in the corner punishing himself?
It ain't, bro. So we say this and hoping they hear it, man, because I'm rooting for the kid, bro. I like Kyra, man.
I do like him too, but tell him to get out of passive, super passive, and Omega level passive. We don't need you there. We need you to take advantage of your speed.
What got him so passive, though? That's what I don't get, because he didn't look like he was like that in college.
Fear.
Of what?
Of missing shots, of being ostracized, fear, whatever it is. It could be a 3-headed lizard monster underneath the hoop, whatever it might be.
You played some of your worst games. He's looked regressed at times, worse than he looked last year. You know what I mean? And you still got minutes. So it's like, what are you afraid of?
Afraid of being good. I don't know, DC. I can't answer that, but all I know is he's not taking the challenge. The second bench is in his hands as a scorer. He's the point guard directing. He needs to take advantage of his speed to get to the cup, and he's a decent free throw shooter. He needs to do that.
I think he's gonna be good though, Q. I think Kyra.
I mean, eventually he will be, but perhaps right now is not the time for him. Right now, maybe he need to G League him or something to build up his confidence, because it ain't doing us no good for him playing like this, man. We need him to use his speed to get around these guys. He's faster than most of the guys that's standing in front of him, but he never wants to take him off the dribble. He passes out of it and go stand in the corner somewhere like he a sharpshooter.
Even when he attacks sometimes, like I see him, and he attacks and he gets there. Like they had a point in the game where he was like maybe 6 feet in front of the goal. He attacked, he got there, and it was just him and one other man. And he tried to pass it, and it went to what he was trying to pass, I think, the NAW, and it probably went off his hands. And Jonas Valanciunas actually caught it and wound up dunking it. And that was good. But it was like, man, if he would have just
far and few in between, my bro.
If he would have just been like patient or just had a little more awareness, man, you could have made a little simple pass, or you could have just beat that guy off the dribble. Like it was just you and him right in front of the goal. I don't understand it. What is he afraid of sometimes, man? Maybe he got a shot block too much. I don't know.
Listen, bro, you got to have a certain mentality to play in the NBA. And I said this on the previous stream. I said that it's all about confidence, knowing that you belong.
Be good on somebody else's team.
They got people, DC, they got people. This man's a first-round draft pick into the NBA. The Pelicans took him with a first-round draft pick. That comes with a certain amount of
expectations.
Yes, expectations. That's what I was searching for. And currently, you look at KLJ's game, he's not playing with any confidence. He's not utilizing his best strength, which is his speed. His best element, his best talent is speed. He's the fastest guy out there. He can get around most of the guys that stand in front of him. Definitely tonight, the guys that was guarding him, he can get around them. He just chooses not to inflict that. That does us absolutely no good if you can't do that because you're not a sharpshooter. And he's good at getting to the cup and then hitting his free throws. He can do that. And, I just think that, the coach can't tell you, listen, you need to play freer if you're locking yourself up, if you're punishing yourself. I don't know if he's, into that,
they need to take his locker from next to straight jacket because he borrowing some of that. Need to move him from away
That's
from
right.
straight jacket. Bro.
Alexa, you're absolutely right. She says to play in the NBA, you have to know you belong. It's that type of confidence, right?
That's facts.
That's right. That's what I'm speaking to, and I appreciate you magnifying that because that's a whole.
Yeah, you're right. He play like he don't feel like he belongs.
He don't belong there.
He believe everybody out there's better than him.
It shows in his play.
He always defers to him.
Defers to everybody. He doesn't attack his opponent like he's supposed to. He passes out of it. You're the point guard. You're the setup man. If you see a guy in front of you, you can beat. You're supposed to have that confidence to take him off the dribble. I just don't see that enough from KLJ, and perhaps he's not going to pick that up. Go to the G League and play against guys who are undrafted guys, and maybe you feel like you belong there. But I guarantee you one thing: you put Alvarado in there, Alvarado won't play like that guy. I promise you that. Alvarado gonna play like it's his last chance to get a contract on the NBA team. He's gonna be out there slapping his hands, playing defense, diving on the floor. Alvarado is going to play with passion, the same kind of passion that super passive KLJ his mode is on currently. He does us no good in this mindset. But speaking of it, like I'm speaking to your points about the first round draft picks, their roles are crucial to the success of the Pelicans this year. NAW, Zion, NAW, Jackson Hayes, and KLJ, all those dudes are first round draft picks within the prior to the Trey Murphy and Straight Jacket Jones draft. Those three guys, we need four guys. We need all of them guys to step up and play well for the team to have success. If those guys are not playing well, that hurts everything. That's some of the talent of the last several drafts that we have. Zion's not there. NAW is up and down. He's in a major slump right now. KLJ is suffering from massive confidence loss. And then, it's not a good look. Jackson Hayes is a palm tree. He's lost half the time. You got guys like McGee coming up in here. McGee ain't never had that kind of game where he scored 18 goddamn points. And this other guy called and Frank Kaminsky of all people.
Well, Frank Kaminsky, he could shoot a little bit. So
I
would expect him.
It didn't matter.
18 points before JaVale McGee.
You could have put Michael Olin-Wakandi out there tonight, and he would have scored 17 and 18 points tonight.
Not the Candy Man, Q.
The Candy Man would have scored tonight because Jackson Hayes wasn't where he was supposed to be. Sometimes it was his fault. Other people were supposed to rotate to help him. But Jackson Hayes wasn't providing no defense out there. He was around there, moving around, trying to lay the ball up as opposed to getting dunked. I mean, he's just taking dumbass 3-point shots. Boy, you can't hit them goddamn shots right now. That's not the right
You
shot
talking
for
about
you.
Jackson Hayes?
Yeah, man, you need to get.
I'm not mad at him.
Man, I'm mad at him shooting
a
threes,
wide
bro.
open three.
No, that's not his game.
One-
You don't
one or
encourage that. No,
Nah.
no, absolutely not. You're not good enough right there. He don't even have a goddamn 15, 16-foot jumper.
He can't score in front of damn
Where
basket.
the 15-foot jumper at, DC? You got the man taking 20 plus foot 3-pointers and
I ain't
shit.
say 20 plus.
You got him shooting.
I said 1 or 2.
Bro, no, ain't no 1 or 2 3-point shots. You ain't hitting a 15, 16-foot jumper. What you talking about? He ain't pulling. He can't.
That part of the court don't exist to him. Q, he don't never stop right there.
I mean,
he go pick and roll, and he gonna run straight to the goal.
It was several times, but you gonna hoist up a 3-pointer?
That man don't pick and pop, Q.
It was
not pick and pop.
And not about the pick and pop. DC, he was
he
passed the ball by KLJ. It happened twice. He was passed the ball by KLJ. He had a center that was at least 5 feet away from him. He was right when he was on the elbow, and he had an opportunity. He was
not allowed. Somebody come get this ball.
Jackson turned square up and hit that 14, 15-foot jumper, bro. Bury that jumper. That's a part of the game. But he got the confidence to pull up for a 3-pointer.
Well,
he got the nerve to do that.
I'm gonna say one thing. What I see with him.
No, that's absolutely not. Ain't no need to be taking that.
Get
that 15-foot jumper. Now he can't shoot a 15-foot jumper.
He need to play with a better point guard. Like I think if him and Devontae Graham ran a lot of actions and stuff, maybe you might see some of that. I don't think I know him and Nikhil got a good little 2-man game. And I notice a lot of times when they get their little 2-man game,
give and go guy.
Well,
where he can roll to the basket and he can alley oop it to him. That's what you're trying to do.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying somebody that when they got the ball, they're gonna draw a lot more people from him consistently, and to make him more comfortable or know his spots. He need better chemistry.
All I'm saying
with the little stuff he comfortable with offensively.
All I'm saying is if he's a big and people want to play Jackson Hayes at the 4, he has to develop at least a 15, 16-foot jump shot. I cannot condone Jackson Hayes pulling up, taking 3-point shots, and the dude is passing, and he's passing on 15 and 16-foot jumpers.
We got Tony back there telling that man that's a bad shot, Q.
You had Frank Kaminsky standing 5 feet away and purposefully backed up into the paint to eliminate anything he thought about doing and gave him that shot, and KLJ passed out of it. He had all the space in the world.
The analytics.
No, bro, I can't condone that. You can't hit no 15-foot jump shot and you condoning him taking 3-point analytics.
That's a bad shot because of analytics.
That palm tree can't hit no 3-pointers, bro. Come on, bro. That dude need to learn how to shoot closer than that, man. Then when that start falling, then he can get further back. But if he learned to hit that 15, not even maybe a 12, get that 12 to 15 range shot going because they giving them the space. They're not rushing out to go and guard Jackson Hayes on that shot. Come on. But
Valanciunas took him, Q.
Man, listen, bro. Only thing I'm saying is if he wants to get easier shots, he's gonna have to develop a jump shot. And this dude passing the ball out like a hot potato to KLJ who don't want it, and they passing the ball back to each other.
That shit was so frustrating. You seen this?
I don't want it. You take it. I'm like, man,
I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. KLJ get off the ball. As soon as he get off the ball, Jackson Hayes, he looking for somebody to get to. It ain't no handoff action they run. He's like, oh, somebody come get it. Use your dribble at least. Shit.
Bro, I'm just saying, listen, if he wants to be like, if they have an idea of playing him at the 4, he has to have a jump shot. Right. Whether it's a 12, between the 12 to 15,
that 12 or 15.
He got that because they gave it to him in the game. If he pulls up and hits that jump shot, it changes
Jackson
everything.
Hayes a lot of stuff.
They give him a lot of space because they know that
he wants to be spoon fed to score. He don't look to initiate anything himself to score. And I think he not confident in what he could do for his skills. We need to get him working with a big man or something, bro. I don't know what the hell he been doing or what they've been doing with him.
Well, we know what he's been doing this offseason,
got no
so we're not
going
to focus on that. But I'm just saying, outside of that,
I mean,
Jackson,
just even prior to that, Q.
But I'm saying, though, you think you're gonna get past by athleticism alone and catching alley oops? I mean, you rail thin. You might have gained 3-4 pounds on your frame.
Nah,
Jackson Hayes
gained a little bit more than that. He probably gained about what BI gained, maybe about 10, 15. He gained more than that.
Wearing his damn hair?
I mean, he needed the game by 40 though, Q. I mean, them 10 or 15 is still a long way off.
You still get it's still like he's not like a big like a Frank Kaminsky, who's not really a big, a heavy big, but Kaminsky's a big skilled guy.
He's a power forward when they had him playing
but
center.
he could play,
fit right in for
but he could play 4 or 5. You see when he did for him tonight at the center position, because you had McGee, who's a physical center, a physical big that does move pretty well at his age, and McGee's did a pretty good job. But what I'm saying is, you look at both McGee and Kaminsky, they both had big nights. They both scored over 30 points between both of them, both between the bigs, and Jackson Hayes running around here popping up 3-pointers. And the only thing I know is when Big V leaves the floor, it's a vacuum there. There's no, Jackson Hayes runs out there with the palm tree, and then he gets up there. And
I'm not gonna lie, in the first half, Q, it wasn't that bad. He was very active defensively, and they were running, because they were getting all them turnovers. When we play like that, you can mix in Jackson Hayes, and there ain't no vacuum. But what I noticed is we might need to cut his minutes in half. When the game is up tempo like that, play him. When the game slows down and they got a half court, when they got a half court game, Q, it is just horrible. It's horrible on defense. It's horrible on offense. Whenever they got a half court game, all he know how to do, the only way he know how to play is running. You know what I mean? Damn, I said they need to cut his minutes in half. Never see that's damage control.
But DC stands for damage control.
But Billy Herman Gomez should definitely come in when those games slow down like that, and we need to take Big V out. Shit, to be honest, Billy Herman Gomez and Jonas Valanciunas kind of play alike. They got a similar style in how they play. They traditional big men, that old dinosaur big man that most teams don't really have anymore.
But
we got that guys that got productive. They got the drop
productive.
step.
They're not fast.
Moves, they got hooks.
They're skilled though. They're not fast and athletic, but they're skilled. They're skilled bigs. Billy Hernan Gomez gives you, if you give him enough minutes, he can give you 10 and 8 or 7. He'll give you the minutes. Remember, if you want to change at the position, remember what the Pelicans did last year. They pulled Jackson Hayes out and put Billy Hernan Gomez in, which then that lit a fire under that old palm tree and forced him to get going and start developing. But Billy Hernan Gomez got some of the skills that you want Jackson Hayes to have. He'll hit that mid shot. He'll hit that mid-range jump on your ass.
With the minutes Jackson Hayes got, Billy Herman Gomez, he'll average about 11, 12 points every night.
That's what I'm saying. So sooner or later,
he's going to get you about 7 rebounds, 7 or 8 rebounds.
You're 1-7 right now. Sooner or later, it's going to force the coach to dig into the bench because he's getting thin. Some of our most impactful players are missing. B.I. is missing. Straight Jacket Jones is missing. Big V, you're going to have to kind of cut down his minutes. You don't want to wear him out. He out there playing hard tonight. He led the team in scoring tonight. But we ain't really getting any help. If NAW shows up tonight, if Graham shows up tonight, we win this game.
We got to talk about him before we go ahead and wrap this up, bro.
We'll go ahead and talk about him because we about to rate. You already said which was going to happen with the Sacramento game, right?
We're going to lose.
Okay,
we're going to lose.
Thank you, DC.
Baron, I gave a little slither of hope. Baron a miracle. If let's say a guy like NAW finally takes that leap, so to speak, or looks like he's taking a leap at least for one game. Devontae Graham plays out of his mind and give us one of those games. Then yeah, we can get that one. But Baron, some type of miracle like that, or Trey Murphy just turning the light on and being a guy that give you 18 or 20 points. Baron, something like that, bro. We lose against Sacramento. But man, NAW, bro, it's getting painful at this point to watch it, Q. I mean, we had a possession. He keeps doing the same thing. I know he's got to be wondering why Willie Green is taking him out with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game. I know he got to be wondering why. He goes down on some of the most critical possessions, bro. This dude, I mean, they got 22 seconds left on the shot clock. Dribble, sidestep, fade away, 30-footer. Or a long ass 2 for no reason at all. Man, he hit a 3-pointer Q. I was like, damn, he hit that shit. It was one of them shots, but it went in. I'm like, okay, well, damn, he hit that. That's good. We need that 3. Do you know this dude went down the next play and made sure he forced another goddamn shot? Just because he hit that one, he wanted to do a heat check After
I
he hit
seen
one
that.
goddamn
Before
shot. Q.
anything was even set up, he fired that shot and missed it badly. Yeah, I was like, nah,
What
bro.
the hell is going on? Like, why do
He,
you feel so pressured? Why you feel like you gotta do that?
he still
He
ain't
don't.
learned yet.
He doesn't understand. I don't know if he don't understand. There comes a time in the shot clock when that's a wonderful shot. We try to run the offense. You can't get nothing going. Boom. Here you go, NAW. We got 10 seconds left. Work your magic. But we don't need that in the beginning of the shot clock. On top of that, like I said, if we up by 20 and you do something like that, you know, it ain't as bad. I mean, you can shoot the other team back in the game like that, keep doing that dumbass shit, but it ain't as bad. But to do that when he always does this shit when they tied. You know, it's a close game and you won't do that. He played in the beginning of the game, Q. I thought he was patient. He was trying to let it come to him. And I mean, we was going up. You know what I mean? He wasn't forcing those shots. He was out there making an impact, doing the simple things. And then after halftime, here we go again, Q. I don't get it, bro. You know, I think he's probably another guy. He's confident, but I think he real hard on himself, bro. Because it's like every time he make a mistake, I always see him, all that with his head down. He might be being too hard on himself and putting unneeded pressure on himself to try to perform or live up to some expectation that he created in his own mind, bro. And it's causing him to do some dumb shit because he can get in the lane, bro, and he can convert with either hand. Like, you know, rely on that, man. Punish him with that until they give you them wide open shots. Like, there ain't no reason for you to try to force to get space like that. It's one thing if you got it going or you've been hot for 4 or 5 games and then you go into that type of bag. But, bro, you in the shooting slump. Nobody ain't told him. You got to take small shots when you're going through having problems scoring, man. So he's doing better than he was when this initially started. Because I think if you'd have played like how he played when he went 6-24, Willie Green might have had to bench him, bro. But you mean to tell me this the one of the best offensive guys we got on the floor, Q? It is embarrassing to me that the coach got to pull you out with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and you supposed to be an offensive weapon for us. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that is tough, man. NAW is not getting it, but it's still early on. Like right now, you see his average.
I ain't lost faith in him. I'm just very disappointed.
It's this part of the learning process with him. These you know, learning when is the proper time to take that. That's all about shot IQ and understanding when it's proper. And of course, knowing that you get an easier shot by getting to the cup, you know, as well. So I mean, it's something that he has to learn because his nature he's a sharpshooter. That's his nature. His nature is
sharpshooter.
That's his nature. Think about it.
Where you get that shit from?
Think about it. That's his nature. NAW's nature is he gonna jack
nature.
up. Listen to it. Let's look at what he does. You complain
about
a
damn DNA test, then Q. Bro, that's his nature. Who
listen,
told him
his nature is to take them big shots. He's totally comfortable with doing that.
No, I'm cool taking big shots, but
no, listen, shots. Period.
Smart
unsmart shots. He don't have no problem taking those shots. He doesn't have a conscience, is what I'm trying to tell you, DC. Yeah. He don't have a conscience with that. You might have a conscience with it because you understand it's an appropriate time to take those type of shots. And when knowing that it's better shots to take is what I'm saying. Shot IQ, that's a real thing. And NAW he doesn't have that. He doesn't have a conscience when it comes down to taking those shots. And that's why the coach has to pull him out of the game, getting into the finer minutes of the game and put somebody in there with a little bit better sense in terms of taking a shot. But he's still very much young and he got a lot to learn. You look at his numbers. He's averaging 14 points a contest, which are respectable numbers, which could be better with higher IQ shots.
He could be averaging 18, Q, easily with the amount of shots they letting him take. If he would just take more efficient shots, he could easily be averaging 18, and he probably could have about 5 assists again.
Shot IQ, DC. That's what it comes down to. The man has to have better shot IQ. That's something that has to be taught to him. It's like not understanding you don't have the green light here.
How does he not watch tape on his cousin? He don't watch none of his cousin tape.
He's trying to beat. Listen, NAW.
He ain't got to try to beat him. It's just a certain way you play the game.
That it's all gonna come together for
And
him.
everybody know.
It's gonna come together for him, but he putting pressure. All of them are putting pressure on themselves because they knew when they came here, especially now, is that they are very cognizant of the fact that we are tired of losing, and every loss is compounded weight on his shoulders, and they forced to carry the team without the biggest star.
Why he
who's
can't
not here.
take the
So-
the sidestep, hop back, dribble, sidestep, hop back shot from 12 feet in? If you do that and it's 12 feet, nobody would be complaining. Like, that's actually not a bad shot for you. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, I just told you. He doesn't have a conscience. He's unconscionable when it comes down to taking those shots. He'll go down, if you let him, he'll go down there and shoot them down 6 of those shots, those type of shots in a row.
6,
And if
man.
he'll hit
shoot
2 of
30 of them bitches if you
he'll
don't say
hit
nothing.
he'll hit 2 of them, and then it'll give him the green light to keep firing. If he misses one, and he'll just keep trying until he hits. That's how he is. It's like shooting at the peanut gallery. You miss one, he got plenty, infinite ammunition. I'm gonna keep firing until I get what I. He's unconscious. He don't get that. It has to be taught. It's like every shot's a green light in NAW's head. Yeah, I got the green light, and then he fires and misses 4, and then he hits 2, and then he feels like, okay, I'm good. I can hit some more. It's like chasing. It's chasing.
Well, once he hit one shot,
bucket.
it's like, oh, he feel like the light just
That
turned off.
I'm out the slump. I'm out the slump now. I'm about to hit about 5 of these in a row and keep it. Yeah, that has to be taught to that man, bro. And that's what Willie Green has to do. So you don't forget, he has a very young. These are young players. NAW, KLJ, and the rest of these guys, they're very young players. He has to get them online with what he wants them to do and how he wants them to think. And what is a smart IQ shot selection in Willie Green's mind versus what's that in NAW mind? You know, we got to be on the same line with that. So anyway, with that being said, fam,
I want to point out it's amazing that he has the ability to take those shots. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I just don't understand, Q. Like, you don't have a memo that you in a shooting slump. Like, you don't know this. It just seems like it's common sense.
Well,
bro. You're in a shooting slump.
No, but
even somebody like Devin Booker tonight. Devin Booker didn't have it going. He waited till he got 2 wide open threes, and tore our mouth out with that and closed the game out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man was smart enough to not force it. He a way better scorer than
he was attacking. No, he was attacking the cup. That's
stuff. He would attack the cup too.
He got to the free throw line, and that helped him get into a rhythm. And that's what shooters do. But if you asking a guy like with NAW's mentality, a shooter is usually their mindset is to shoot their way out of a slump. That's right. Then the shooter's mentality is to shoot their way out of a slump. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The smart approach is simply to stop shooting the 3, attack the cup, and get to the free throw line. Build your confidence there. So when you take that 3-point, you got the confidence to knock it down. You're in the perfect form, whatever you got to do. So, that's what I'm saying with KLJ. That is still, he's averaging 14 points a game. You still can teach that. So, like I said, a lot of people say he's not a starter. He's good off the bench, and he probably could he could probably do a good role. It's less pressure for him to do it coming off the bench as opposed to starting. But hey, it is what it is right now.
I think if you take him out of the starting lineup, and I think Willie
you're gonna struggle.
Notice if you take him out of the starting lineup, like right now, with how hard I heard he worked, because I'm not gonna say this brother. That's why I say it's got to be mental, because all I heard, he was probably one of the hardest workers on the team. You know what I mean? So I know he worked hard for this position that he in right now. I think if you take him out or bench him right now, bro, even though he's gonna get minutes off the bench right now, like without Zion coming back, without BI, it will crush him. Q, it will crush him. I think
it'll motivate him
completely.
Or
it could. But I'm telling you what I think. I think it will crush him
or motivate him.
I think our coach know that.
Or it will motivate him to take smarter shots, stay at practice longer, understand what Coach Green means by smart taking smart shot.
We went this approach though. We've done this the last 2 years with Alvin Gentry and with Stan Van Gundy.
That's where you're messing up.
But I'm saying they did that, what you said, and that didn't correct it. So I think Willie Green is going with letting them play through.
Okay, the big difference here. Alvin Gentry, Rocky Roll, The NAW is older. He's wiser. He had more reps and games under his belt than he did then. He understands what he needs to do, but at times he has to be taught. He has to be coached. So he's a lot better than what he was then. He has a better vision of what he was last year or the year before that. The kid is a ball player. He knows how to play. It's just getting him online with Willie Green. That's what I'm saying. And Willie Green knows he can play. The kid averaging 14 points a contest.
Yeah, and he playing horrible, and he's averaging 14.
That's
right. A lot.
That's what I'm saying. And his defense, he's still out there playing defense. He's still out there giving you an effort on defense, running around screens and doing this thing. So yeah, so we gonna see. We're gonna see. So that's what I'm saying. These guys have to be taught on how to win. Right now, obviously, at the point we 1-7, we don't know how to win. We can't finish games. Pelicans, the name
if
of
you
the
take him out just to put somebody else in who don't know how to win, what that really do?
But how do you know that the person he putting in there that knows how to win? And
because we just talked about the other two of them.
But you don't know what they can do unless you put them in there. You don't know what kind of mindset that they have, or if they can grasp what he's saying. You don't know until you play them together. That's what I'm saying.
So, all right. You take out NAW.
I'm not saying take out NAW.
Wait. You take him out and you put him to the bench. Who would you put there with the stars?
I'm not saying take NAW out of the bench. What I'm saying is that Green has to get him online on what is smart IQ shot selection. That's what I'm saying.
You just took an NAW shot just now. With how you dodged that damn question.
No, it's
you
not
made
a
it
dodge.
though. You made it.
No, it wasn't a dodge. It wasn't a dodge. I told you before you even said that I'm not advocating.
Just answered the question. Thank you, T. T said he would put Trey in. It was a very simple question.
Fine, Trey. I would. Trey, okay, you happy? But what I'm saying is, I'm not advocating for him to remove NAW. What I'm advocating for, the easier thing, besides removing him, is to teach him what to Willie Green is smart shot selection, because obviously it's the difference between what NAW think is high IQ shot selection and Willie Green. So I'm saying they got to get on the same line with that. He's averaging 14 points a game. He still plays defense, and he's under a slump, and he's still averaging 14 points a game. So that's not like chicken feed in the. That's respectable to be averaging 14 points a game. That's respectable.
But I mean, I'm sorry, Q. If you take 16 shots, 17 shots a game, I expect you to average 14.
Well, I mean, listen, bro.
I mean, if you take 17 shots and you can't average 14.
What can I tell you? You think Trey looks good right now? Trey don't look good either. Trey's struggling on his own right. And he's shooting the ball more. Like you said, I need to see more shots.
He took six shots today. And he had like 9 points though of 6 shots.
He took shots, the last shots too.
If I give Trey 17 shots, who you think gonna have more points, Trey or NAW?
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know. How you know?
Because the proof right there. He took 6 shots. He took 6 shots today.
The proof is in the pudding.
No,
that's what you gonna say?
I hate that dumbass saying.
That's what you gonna say?
I don't eat no damn pudding. So I don't know about the
plantain pudding. Yeah,
the proof is in my goddamn face. The proof is in the stats.
The proof is in the plantain pudding.
Man, hold up.
That's what you was gonna say.
We got the put these stats back up because I done took them off my phone. Let me see.
DC, we ain't got time for this.
Man,
it's time
no, don't be doing that because I'm about to make you look silly. Don't be doing that now.
Could you hurry up, sir?
All right, well, shit, he really ain't making my point tonight. Trey took 11 shots. He had 8 points.
See?
But most of the games I've seen Trey take maybe 6 shots, 5 shots, and he come out the game with 6 and 7 points. He's a better shooter. So I think if he takes more shots,
you don't think
what he don't have, boy, if Trey had NAW's driving ability and ability to score around the basket, man, we probably be looking at a damn superstar, all-star or something. Q. He don't have that, but he's a better shooter, man. And as long as you pair him up to me with like somebody like Devontae Graham, or if NAW was playing like we knew he was capable of, and somebody that could draw that type of pressure, man, you give him an open shot, Q, he gonna knock that shit down. He gonna knock it down, but he ain't got no dribble game. So, but he would be the number one guy I would put with the starters because you're gonna have your best offensive players out there, and that'd be your best opportunity to get open looks. So I think that's a big reason why Trey is struggling. He would play a lot better with being out there with guys that could really draw a lot of attention and get double teams.
All right, DC, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
You
with
hear
your
me,
point.
but I understand by that deep breath you took, you don't really believe me. But
No, it ain't got
Let's-
nothing to
let's
do with
move
that. I
on.
was just breathing. Yeah, I got to do that to live.
you was
to
breathing.
live, brother.
You
Yeah,
breathing
I
like
got to do that to live, brother.
you can breathe like Kyra if you really want to live. Sound like a goddamn puppy dog.
KLJ,
You said a man be petting, boy. You
his
cold,
eyes
boy.
bucking and shit. Eyes bucking.
You a goddamn puppy now.
Take the ball. Shoot the ball, KLJ. The ball.
This dude here.
The ball finds energy except when it catches KLJ, it finds yellow paint. So I mean, anyway, the bottom line is take that guy and dip him in the yellowest paint you can find. DC, bottom line, bro, dip him in some
Come
yellow
on,
paint.
man. So you saying
No, it's Najee Marshall's yellow
paint analogy, bro. So what you saying? The man a coward?
I'm saying he a chicken.
Yellow belly.
He's a chicken. He ain't ready for that smoke, man. They got real serious people in there that's straight strong-headed in the NBA. And you have to know that you belong there. If you're not, they're gonna sniff you out and demolish you. They're gonna talk mess to you and everything. Yeah, blood in the water. They sharks out there.
Mm-hmm.
And that man running out there with, jumping in shark infested waters with a steak swimsuit on. This man crazy. He got an armor up, man, with some confidence.
He got a steak swimsuit on
out there in shark infested waters, baby. About to get ate up alive, and Pat Beverly ate half his head off.
But Kyra, look, if he had a steak suit on, it's got to be like
bathing suit, steak bathing suit.
You say a steak bathing suit?
Yeah, because how you gonna swim with a suit and come on?
But it's a well done steak bathing suit. You see how there ain't no blood in it.
I did not mention anything about the status of how the meat was cooked. So I mean, what are you talking about?
The shark shouldn't be able to sniff it out.
You think them goddamn sharks care whether or not? You think them sharks care whether or not that shit is raw or not? If it's out there and they're gonna eat that shit regardless, man. Come on, bro.
Boy, you ain't lying. I seen I was on one of them offshore rigs a long time ago when I worked out there. Boy, anything you throw in the water, Q, they come in.
I know. I'm telling you,
check it out.
They're going to get it. I
like,
mean, I don't know how y'all do it on that island, bro. When you be swimming on the coast out there, I don't know how y'all do that.
I should have knew that shit was coming.
How about you was on an oil rig somewhere? You wasn't on no oil rig, man. You was out there fishing off the side of the island somewhere.
I did fish on an oil rig, Q. I caught a shark. Do you believe that shit?
No, I do not.
That was the first time I went fishing, man. I caught a goddamn shark.
How big was the shark?
I said, boy, I never get in that water, boy.
How big is the shark, DC?
It was small. Probably like 3 feet or something. 2 feet.
You sure it was a shark?
Yeah, it was a shark.
What kind of shark was it?
I don't know, but I know it was a shark, bro.
Did you eat the shark?
Hell no, I ain't eat no shark.
You threw it back?
Yeah, I ain't want that shit. I wanted some fish, something I could eat.
Did you catch anything after that?
I gave up after that because I caught another shark the second time. I said, you know what?
So what'd you eat? Did you starve? What you ate?
I went upstairs and I ate some hamburger helper. I gave up Q. I gave up Q.
Hamburger helper.
Got me some hamburger helper, bro.
Oh yeah, thank you, DC. That was a good story, brother. Appreciate it. DC shares.
I don't know about that plantain bullshit you try to sneak in there at the end of it.
And that was a dessert you had.
I ain't had no goddamn plantains, Q.
Oh, okay, all right, my bad. All right, so listen, fam. I thank y'all for being here. Much love. For real. Appreciate y'all. Pelicans go down, Pam. Pelican squandered 20-point lead to lose 112-100 in this thing. So with that being said, we fall to 1-7, one of the worst teams in the NBA. But listen, we got these Sacramento Kings. Ain't no time for us to feel sorry for ourselves. We got ourselves up off the court.
Wait, who we play after Sacramento, brother?
I'm not even looking past them Sacramento right now. I'm looking. We got to take care of business first. No, I ain't nervous. I just one team, one day at a time. That's how we doing this here thing. We ain't trying to even look at nobody beyond them. Right now, it's the Sacramento Kings. We can get a little revenge on them. Got to shift around our lineup and do a little something differently and see what it shakes. So ain't no time to feel bad for ourselves. The NBA do not feel bad for us. We 1-7. We got to get it right, family. We got to learn as we go. That's just how it is right now. We are in these straits. We got to keep fighting until we climb up out of this stuff. So much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all staying with us.
That shark, what would you say? That steak bathing suit off of KLJ. Somebody go take that shit and throw it away.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if they want it. They've been dipped in yellow paint. But the reality outside is that I appreciate y'all for being here. Much love to everybody and the family members, man. Hit the like button for your boy, me and DC, man. Feel free to subscribe as well to Pelican Post Game Report. We'll be back tomorrow covering hopefully the Pelicans win over the Kings tomorrow. Hopefully we can eat some W's. You know what I mean? Hopefully. You're right, as opposed to some sharks that DC was catching.
Man, so I ain't no damn sharks, man.
So much love to y'all. Appreciate y'all.
We don't eat shark Q. That's not what we do, bro.
All right, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Go Pels.
Go.
Post-game report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
The WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.